Welcome back to Monday night. What's going on, everybody? So, yes, if you've seen the title, will I trade one of my Harleys? So that I put on there because I just want to say, um, after this year of exploring and staying with the Thumpers, to be honest, they've let me stay a few times with them at different events and places. I'm really been looking into some pop up campers to pull behind the truck. Uh, I've been checking out some websites of campers under 10K. What's up, Frogzilla, Evil Rick, Doc Harley, Okie on two wheels. What's going on, guys? So really, I mean, you guys know I talk about anything and everything. It ain't just about campers or none of that stuff. Man, like I'm really been talking to the wife about it though. Like, hey, not no full time stuff, just a weekend thing, event or not even motorcycle events. Just if we want to go somewhere and spend the weekend in a park or somewhere. What's up, Jamin? And not even take the bike, just go and camp and go see things that we haven't seen. I've been really getting interested in doing that. So, but yeah, man. So you're freshly back, right? If you did wanted people to know, you're back in Florida. Just
Our
come from born
has ended.
Born Free. Obviously was a blast. Wished I could have been there, but it is what it is. Maybe next year. So what's up, Salty? So yeah, man.
So your question was, would you sell your Harley? And it's
Or would I trade it? Yeah.
Trade it. Yeah, that's listen. Not full time. Don't do that. It's expensive. It's bullshit.
I wouldn't do that anyway.
It's a great way to live if you can afford it. Other than that, it's expensive as shit to do what we did. We might release the real numbers of what it actually cost. That would be something that Dina would have to figure out if she wanted to release or not. But it is not a full-time lifestyle. But like weekend warrior shit, or to go see these rides, that's how we met you. We rode up to Tennessee. We loved the roads, and it was, let's go take the bikes there. Yeah. Same thing with all of the places, and that's next year is what we're planning on doing. Is we're gonna hit the main ones. We'll be at Daytona. We'll be at Sturgis. We'll be at TMMR. We'll be at like Stubborn American. Born Free, Smoke Out. Them we're going to go to because we liked them. They were cool ass shows. But other than that, we're going to go ride the roads. We're going to go up to like Glacier and Yellowstone and the $1 Million Highway and, all of them and just go enjoy the places. And that's what you can do on your weekend or a long weekend. You can take off, go ride them rides, and go back home. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a rally. It doesn't. You get great everything. I mean, if you want to do it as content, you get great content. You show people great destinations. You get to see the roads and ride them. So that would be, I would say if you could trade your bike for a camper and take like one weekend a month and go see a place you hadn't seen or go ride in a place you hadn't rode, that would be amazing.
I mean, here's the thing. I have two Harleys, and I'm not talking about trading the Ultra. I'm talking about the Sportster. And I know, trust me, I have dreams. I have big ideas. I always do. I always want to do 10 times things that I wished I could do. I want to build a chopper, but the thing is, one of the reasons I've been offered up to $5,500 for my Sportster, which I think is very good because it's an '08 Sportster, got 20,000 miles. And here's the thing: the reason I've had such a hard time letting it go is because I bought it off an 82-year-old man that bought it brand new in 2008. I bought it with like 2,000 miles. I know where it was. I know I've got all the paperwork to every service, everything on it. I know what I've done with it. I know where the motor's been. It's reliable. It's a great bike. I know I could go online and buy a $2,000 Sportster all day long, and start over to build a chopper and all that. But I know my bike. I know there's nothing wrong with it. And even if I did build a chopper and not got rid of it, I would actually probably just use the motor and just buy a Paco frame and start that way, a hardtail. But that's a dream, of course. What's up, Dusty Fur? What's going on? Tiger Ward, what's up? Dog on a hog, what's going on? But do I ride my Sportster enough to miss it? Not really. I mean, I don't. The only time I've rode it in the last year is probably twice. And that was one time with you guys because my bike was down at the time. And it is good to have a backup motorcycle. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think I ride it. Now I keep it, oil changed. I keep it started. I keep it all serviced, all that. Uh, I don't think I would miss it because I don't ride it enough, man. And I really hate that feeling that it just sits there covered up under the carport and all that. And I see to it, don't get me wrong. But am I taking it and having fun with it like I could a camper? No, a camper is something that, I mean, I got a kid fixing to graduate in December here in 2 months. She's going to, she's going to be working, going to college this coming next fall. Got one more kid, I mean, really looking forward to me and the old lady just going to play. And then, like I said, not even just talking about, I mean, I will do the motorcycle events that I enjoy and I like, but just to take off and go somewhere that we haven't been before and just be able to not have to, hey, Thumper, I need a place to stay or, this or that, to be able to go and stay in our own place. You know what I mean? That is something I want to do. And the more I've done, like I said, we, as a family growing up, we never did a lot of camping. Like if we camped, it was just us brothers, one or two of us would go and stay in a tent, play war or something in the woods or some shit. We never did a lot of family camping. But now that I'm older and I've actually been doing it a lot lately and seeing everybody else doing it and things like that, it's like, man, like really freaking, I know y'all are, that's nice. Like really getting into it and being around people like this past weekend, around everybody's and their RVs and things. It's like, man, I got to, even like Evil Rig, man, come on, dude. He's got a pop up camper. He pulls behind his bike, and it's awesome. It's simple. It's for him. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about a pop up camper or a camper. I've been actually looking at it, 2 or 3 different ones. Something that pops up to 2 or 3 different areas that will hold up to 6 people or so. Because I mean, I've been finding them online all day long. Quite a bit. What's up, Joe? What's up, Rob? But like I said, does the benefit, the Sportster outweigh the camper? You know what I mean? I think I could get rid of the Sportster, do some trading or sell, put a good down payment on something around 10, 15K, something used, of course. And they got brand new ones. I was looking at that new Coleman. I mean, come on. That thing is freaking sweet. You know what I mean? So, it's just something I've been really thinking about because I know next year what I want to do with some of the work that I've been working on that's going to be coming out soon, and travel wise to events and stuff. I think that and having a place to be able to set up and my stuff, I think that would be a good opportunity for me to have something like that, a place. So I could set things up easier to if I had a camper or something, easier to transport stuff instead of just relying on a motorcycle, load it down. You know what I mean? So,
allow your wife to go places because
yeah.
Truck versus ride on the back of the
Yeah,
bike.
because she's not really into the motorcycle stuff. She's rode it, I think.
You literally could put your bike in the bed of the truck and pull your camper behind it.
Yeah, because I think she's rode the bike once this year. So it's not her thing, and I don't make it her thing. I don't pressure her to do it or nothing. So, the bike thing is my thing. And I mean, like if I was to say, hey, let's plan this in a couple weeks or whenever, a month or whatever, da da da. She tries to make a plan to do it, da da da. So, but if I'm going to an event for a business purpose, I don't even honestly care to take the motorcycle, to tell you the truth. I mean, if it's a business reason, I'm not even concerned about, the motorcycle stuff. Because my mind's going to be more focused on the business side of it.
Yeah, but here, let me say this. Even that, you still want to have the bike so you can rip down the roads, even if it's
Oh no, like if it's Sturgis or
you're
somewhere, of
done,
course
you go
that
rip it.
yeah, I'm
Just so
talking more of the camp out, like smoke out, TMMR, because Loretta Lynn's like that. It's a stay, it's all in one place. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Now, if I'm going to like Sturgis or Florida, Daytona, stuff like that, definitely taking the motorcycle. Definitely going to have the bike, things like that. So, and then say we just want to take off and go, say, you know, somewhere to and see something historical. I still would like to take the bike to ride some roads that I haven't rode. So, I think a lot of it would depend on her. On some of the decisions that she would want to do as well. So, uh,
yeah, for sure. It's definitely freeing because you can just go.
yeah,
Doesn't matter if it's about the bike or if it's about just headed to one of the like Henry Horton Park and chilling out there. Um, I, I mean, I would leave Tennessee to do it, but I
yeah,
mean, tons of great places to stay in Tennessee as well. But yeah, I mean, I would say if you could make that work, it would be a fair trade to give up
yeah.
a bike that's not being utilized. Let somebody have the chance to use the bike and ride the bike
Mhm.
and enjoy the bike, and you get something that you believe you would use, like, and enjoy. And listen, they're the same. You trade one Tinker toy for another Tinker toy
Yeah.
because if you're using it, you're either fixing it or maintaining it.
Or yeah, you're always either improving something, and that's like a lot of people. When you go camping or something, like if you're really camping, you're either you know you're always busy usually, unless you just got a good setup, like if you're camping, say you're roughing it or whatever, rugging it, you're constantly either building the shelter, you're improving the shelter, you're getting water, firewood, food, you're constantly doing something. But like with a camper, I would want to keep, constant, well, not constantly, but I would want to always keep it upgraded or maybe change, do some things to it. You know what I mean? Make
Well,
sure,
you're going to have to maintenance it,
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's either maintenance or fix. That's
Yeah.
the things you got to do with them. And look, a lot of it is nickel and dime stuff. You're not talking about something like this where you're in full time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
you're
No, I'm
talking,
talking about a pop up where you pull a camper and when you get there, you roll it up and it comes up. Then the sides, they're not that stuff.
right.
That
I mean,
what I mean. It's either
they
a
make,
pop up kind of camper or it's a smaller,
right.
you know,
They make these little peanut
15, 20
trailers.
foot. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Something 12, 15,
8 foot,
16 foot. Yeah,
18-foot pop up trailer, or not
yeah,
pop up, the little peanut style.
yeah,
And them things, believe it or not, are, I mean, if I was not with Captain Bougie, um, them things would have been fine.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I've been looking at some that are just really, what's up, Randy? Really riding on three. What's up, buddy? Uh, like I said, 16, 18 foot, man, that just seems like would be perfect for me
So,
because I would honestly, to tell you the truth, I would like the motorcycle events and stuff. 9 out of 10 times, I will be by myself because it's not her thing, and she gets that. She understands it's my thing, and she's okay with me going to these places and doing what I do. but there is times that she will be going, and the kids, and I would want at least a bed or a couch or a cushion pull out or fold down or something for them. Uh, so is the Sportster that important? No, in my opinion. It was my first Harley. Yes, it's cool. Everybody says, hey, I still have my first Harley, I wouldn't have got rid of it, blah blah blah. But truthfully, do I just keep putting money into maintenance and keeping it, going right? Because I do, and just let it sit there, or do I, you know what I mean? Like trade it and switch, do some things.
You know, the
Like I
people that
said,
say if I still had my first Harley, I would keep it.
yeah,
Or I don't know anybody. I mean, of course, everybody reminisces about things they've had or something, but
yeah.
I don't really necessarily think that your first bike is a keepsake bike. Now, if
Unless
you
it's something
yeah,
nostalgic,
like if you had a
handhead,
shovel,
yeah, or
right?
something that's,
So,
yeah. And dog, yes, I
but
do have
that's
a truck, but I would trade it for something bigger. I have a 1500 Chevrolet, is all I got. So I'm limited on the truck wise unless I invest, trade it, and then get something bigger. So that's what I'm saying. I have decisions to make. I could do, there's things that, you know,
yeah, but one of them little
um,
18-foot campers would
I
your
think,
truck would pull just fine.
yeah, yeah, I believe it would. Like I said, yeah, I do have, you know, Joe says keep the scoop, but man, I'm telling you, I've tried to get my wife to ride it, to go get her license. She gets interested in it, then she doesn't. Like I said, it's not her thing. I've tried to get my kids into it. My girls, my youngest one's the only one that has rode on the back of the motorcycle with me several times. She likes it, but not to the point where she wants to get out there and mess with it. So, and that may just be her age because she's 15, and I get it, So I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm not riding it, unless something happens to the Ultra, and then I have a backup bike, which it's good to do that. But I mean, come on, really? I mean, that just, I don't know. I just think that I could get better use out of what I'm wanting to do right now in my life. I think I could get better use out of having a camper, uh, you know, really. I mean, to do what I want to do with, uh, or even to the extent of, I was looking at, we was gone yesterday to Cookville, which I don't know how many people. There's a few people familiar with this area, so it's about an hour and 15 minutes from my house and down the interstate. And we took our kids shopping and to get them some winter hoodies and stuff like that. Uh, and it's like I told her we're on the interstate and and I'm like, look at that already, look at that, and they're like hundreds, and I'm like, I never really paid attention to them until I started staying with you guys and going and doing things, and stuff. And I'm like, damn, it's like when you buy a new car, you see that same fucking car everywhere. Well, I see in these RVs, and then we're looking. She's like, "Oh, I'd like to have that one or that," and it's actually the one she said
Something
she
that
would like is
interesting.
something that you drive. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like the little
the
vans.
the no, it's the RV like you drive that's got the camp. It's all connected. It's not like the big bus that y'all are looking at. It's just the
Oh no,
older.
it's like the little E-class van. It's got
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
van, a little truck front end, and got the little box style camper on the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. It's all connected. Yeah, and
That
it's like,
that is something. That is something definitely. If you could trade somebody like the E450 or E350 conversion
yeah,
RV, uh, that that is something because it could literally tow your bike.
yeah. And that's what I was thinking the whole time.
A
Like
little
I could
trailer,
just,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, put a trailer. And I was looking at some trailers to tell you the truth. Like Keith says, and I
Yeah.
seen one of those today for like $4,800 with the toolboxes and everything on them, just like his. And I was like, man, that's crazy because I was like picturing, the driving RV and then that pull behind trailer, and I was like, man, almost 5K for that. That's not bad for just to pull your bike up on like that. And uh, so yeah, she's liking that style better. That we just get in and drive, and it's the whole RV. So, um, like I
I'm
said, I
like
don't think
that
anybody
now
wants to
too.
trade a bike because my bike's probably not going to be worth no more than like 5K, 55 is what I've been offered here. So I would take the money and put a down payment or something on some, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah. No,
And that
that
would be okay, you know.
absolutely.
And I'm not talking about, I know a lot of people think different things. And I'm not talking about going out and buying $100,000 camper. I'm talking about going out and spending, 10 to 15K, somewhere in that area, maybe less. I don't know. Just depends on what I could find. Because there's a lot of stuff around this area. I mean, I was looking up a lot of crazy stuff, and there's a lot of course, there's a lot of companies, y'all know that. But there's also a lot of, people that sell by owner. You know what I mean? The people want to sell, and they, I don't know. It seems like you get some good deals if you find them. So,
Yep.
but
And you probably could put it on Make It Marketplace to trade for a C class van.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Somebody's probably willing to trade you just to get it gone. Now you might have to do, some upholstery work or
Oh yeah, and I assume that maybe pull the carpet out, do some flooring, or do something. I'm not scared to do that. I mean, my her uncle's got a welder. He has a forge. He shoot horses and run a forge for 38 years. He knows what he's doing. Stuff like that. I've got my hands on. I can get access to things like that or a machine shop around here. Uh, so I'm not limited on things. I can source things out. If something was needed to be fixed or done. But yeah, man, that's just something that I just would want to touch on because, dude, like this next season, I want to really do a lot of work through the this winter time, and get some things in place. But like, I really want to be able to be mobile. You know what I mean? I want to be more mobile. With some things with the going to certain places and events. I want to be able to just to like you guys do, pull in and just set up and say bam, you know what I mean, and not worry about where I'm going to stay or if I'm going to stay in a tent. I can't do it. I mean, I could. I'm not saying I can. I'm not a sissy. I can do a tent. I could sleep in a tent. I prefer not to. You know what I mean? I don't want to, and nothing towards anybody that camps in a tent. I don't want to do it, man. I want room. I want to be able to have a bathroom. I want to be able to have my own stuff. You know what I mean? I need space, and so that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we've been
yep.
talking. So
Nobody wants to run to a porta potty to take a shit. I'm just
or
saying.
I used that shower house at Henry Horton's that morning, a couple mornings. Let me tell you, I brought 2 towels I had in my tour pack, and I was like, okay, they wasn't bad, but they still was not the best. You know what I mean? They were clean to a point, but you could tell they're just old buildings and they're old. I mean, you get fungi from the floor. I mean, you just never know what's in there. You know what I mean? And I
Or who used
prefer
it.
exactly. I mean, I prefer to use my own bathroom or have my own, or at least have my own stuff to be able to do. So
You know
the
when it
problem
was
with
clean?
most
When it was,
DDK, do what?
I said, when it was clean last, what's been in and out of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
oh,
He says he's not sure of the engine with the Ford V10.
so that's the newer ones. The newer ones are all coming with the Ford V10 in it. Your older ones, like that, you would be able to purchase with the sale of your bike. More than likely have either the 350 or the 4. It's a big block. They are gas burners though. And look, I mean, it's no different than guys jumping out there in your truck. No different than your V8 in your truck.
Yeah.
At least they're accessible and you can work on them. It's not like the A class where you've got to have somebody that knows how to get to it or take the floor up to get to it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and every auto parts store is going to have your fix, if something's going wrong.
Yeah. And my Chevrolet here is good. I've got the Vortec V8 in it, 4-wheel drive. it's not a bad truck, but I'm I think I'm ranging highway miles 18 to 20, 22 maybe, if that. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you're not going to get that in an RV.
No, and
An
I
RV,
and
you are looking great at 10 miles an hour.
10 miles, yeah, a
Yeah,
gallon.
10 miles
So
a gallon.
and
So your fuel bill
but
goes up a little bit, but
I
I
try
mean,
to weigh things out though. Like, yes, I'm only getting 10 miles a gallon, but I'm going to have fun. You know what I mean? I'm going to experience something I haven't got to experience, or I'm getting to, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I try to look at the good end of it. Yeah, it may take me $1,000 in gas, but guess what? I'm getting to do it. You know what I mean? I'm getting to experience this, or whatever. And
well, I mean, even Sturgis didn't cost us $1,000 in gas.
that's
So
what I
I mean,
mean. Yeah.
that, but
And
so if you look at it as in a hotel room is 200-300 bucks a night, and then you still got to get there. So whatever it took your bike, even if you're getting 25, you got $200 or $300 a night. So campgrounds are typically 40, 50, 70, maybe 100 bucks a night. So you're already saving 100 to 200 bucks a night there, just staying in your own place versus a hotel. You're spending gas money however you got there, unless you're flying your ass there. Then
yeah,
we know what plane
three.
ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
but you're not getting that experience of the campground, the fun, hanging out. That's what I want, and that's what I enjoy.
right.
And like I said, Sturgis is on the to-do list. I don't know when, but if I get everything set up in time and ducks in a row and things happen right, good, I'm hoping to either make it this year or definitely the next. Because that's just on the bucket list. That's one of the things I definitely want to do. I haven't experienced it, so I want to experience it. I definitely want to go to a couple of places I haven't. Like I definitely want to check out the. I know it's not a big rally, but the Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I definitely want to check out the historical battlefield stuff. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So, of course, the rally will be probably fun, but I'm more interested also in the history part. I want to check out that. I want to go. And like I said, I've really been thinking of stuff that not just necessarily does with motorcycle stuff. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy travel, so and I enjoy other things. And like I could go to probably Sturgis or Deadwood without the rally. I don't think I'd enjoy it as much, but I would enjoy it because I get to see Deadwood, the historical stuff there, get to ride the roads, things like that. So,
So
but
Sturgis, if it wasn't for the friends that we have, I would much rather be there without the rally, because
yeah,
Sturgis is a wonderful place to go ride your bike. The roads are amazing. Deadwood, um, Nemo, all of these, Hell City or whatever. What's the fishing one? What is it? Either way, there's thousands of the great roads to be on. Um, the only reason that we go during the rally is because of the people that we're hanging out with and riding them roads with. Um, that makes it that much better. But no, if I was to just say let's go ride them roads, I would probably rather it not be a rally. That way I could
yeah,
actually ride the road and not be stuck in a million long line of bikes,
yeah.
because it is a
Well, I
lot.
mean, like me. I mean, most everybody knows my health is, my heart is bad. I've had 4 surgeries. Okay, so there's things like, Tombstone, Arizona, Route 66. Places I want to go and see that I can't just take off on a motorcycle in 115-degree heat. You know what I mean? I can't do certain things. I'm limited to when and where I can go. Uh, but having that RV, I could just, I would have air conditioning. I could be in that. I could go and ride so much during the day or evening time, and then I could come back and you know what I mean? I'm not riding all day out through Arizona in the the hot ass heat, wearing myself out, stuff like that. So there's a lot of places out there I definitely want to visit and see things, and I know the wife does too, and the kids do. So, like I said, it's not just about benefiting me; it's about benefiting the whole family. And I mean, my mind's, as you can probably tell, pretty made up. It's just sourcing the stuff out and doing what I've got to do. So, because like I said, do I even use the Sportster? No. I mean, it'd be different if I had it already tore apart and had parts and building a chopper. That'd be different. But like I said, I can buy a used bike any day of the week later on and build something if I want to. Uh, but as of right now, I mean, I really want to, look into that stuff because that's what
Yep.
I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing stuff like that, and to me, it would open up more doors, in my opinion, of going more places and being able to meet more people and stuff like that. So,
So it's
and he said,
definitely a reward. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's something that is more rewarding than having something that you're not utilizing sit on your front porch.
yep, yeah,
I don't know. I'm a bad person to say it because I'm very irresponsible with money. So, but me, just the experience, 100% worth every dollar I spent, wasted, threw away, consumed, whatever. However you want to look at it. Yeah, I know it's fucking highly irresponsible to spend, $180,000 on a rig. I didn't spend that much, but that's what the MSRP on this rig is. Um, yeah, that's dumb as hell. It's a depreciating asset. You could buy another house and rent it out at that price. Um, but nothing can take away the experience we've had while out on the road, good, bad, and ugly. I mean, yeah, we had some fucked up situations and some fucked up shit broke up, and we had to fix and jump to. But I got to see a lot of America this year. I got to ride
yeah,
a lot of amazing roads. Shit, I got 12,000 miles on my bike um, just between March and today. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see a lot of shit on the bike. I got to see a lot of shit because of the camper. Um, Next year, it will be more selective. It won't be chasing these rallies around. It will be a planned out trip that I get to see a lot more of the roads that are destination rides. They're cool ass rides.
well, like I said, the experience of meeting people. I mean, I don't think you can beat that though. The people you've met, and I ain't talking about me, just me. I'm talking about I ain't that arrogant. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the people you guys have been and the places you've been and the people you've met. And I ain't talking about just YouTubers. I'm talking about people in general. You know what I mean? Just the people that you guys have
Oh
made
yeah,
contacts with. Just as I
the
mean,
stories of all the guys on the bikes and all the choppers and all the performance bikes and all the different Harley shops you go to with all the old men telling their stories. Yeah, we've met a lot of cool ass people that we wouldn't have had the chance to meet. I'd have
yeah,
met who was on the interweb, and that would have been about it. And I only met them via the interweb without, you know, taking the trip and seeing what we could see.
yeah, and
I agree with Weedle. These things are money pits. It's you're going to break down. You're going to have shit go wrong, but it's the experience.
mm,
It's I got to see a lot of shit, riding a lot of places I'd have never been able to get to do without having the camper.
yeah. Okay, OMG. I don't know what you're talking about or who you're talking about, but cool. Hello, buddy. How's it going? He says I have a Scott Steiner. Scott. Oh, is that a wrestler? I guess Scott
An
Steiner.
old wrestler, a very
Okay.
old wrestler, like back when I was a kid.
He must be talking about the two gray streaks through my beard. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, he's talking about the dude that had the fucking softball as the muscle. Is that who he's talking about? The guy that had
Yeah,
that fucking
that was
knot
the
in his.
Steiner brothers. They were a tag team back when I was a kid. Big Papa Pump. Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, WCW. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, dude, there's no way I look like that. I'm nowhere. I don't have those arms. You know what I mean? I got just flimsy muscles under
Yeah,
fat.
he was in the World Wrestling Federation.
Dude, that comes from
Before WCW even came around. But
yeah,
yeah, he got jacked up on steroids and like became humongous.
he had fucking knots coming out. I mean, his veins was like 3 inches off his skin, dude. He was huge. Yeah.
Holler if you hear me.
Uh,
I don't
but
want to
yeah,
yell, but I see you. I can read you. I don't hear you.
I think he's saying that's what he said or something. Maybe I
Uh,
don't know. Or
Dude, that was
I,
like 40 years ago.
the only time I watched wrestling, to tell you the truth, I only watched up to like probably the late '90s, and then I didn't watch anything else.
Fuck.
Uh,
I was not
if
watching
that,
wrestling in the
no, the
90s.
only reason I watched some of that was, well, you're older than me, so my late '90s was, my late teens. So, uh,
Yeah.
excuse me, I was watching the WWF because the groups I enjoyed, which was actually before then too, was like Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors, the old school tag team guys like that, D-Generation X, when it was actually just Triple H and Shawn Michaels and China
You had
before they
guys
started
like,
getting like 12 fucking people running around with them. So
see, Frog says it right there. Back when he had a camper, it was great. Now he has to tent camp, and it's a lot harder.
yeah, because look what he did though, man. I mean, Lolly, which is okay. Lolly followed him. They brought their stuff in the vehicle, which is handy. Don't get me wrong. But they were also in intent. But if they would have had a camper, they would have had just all that packed, and they could have came together and pulled their bike. I get it, Gary O. What's up, buddy? Uh, the Iron Sheik. If I put a rag on my head, I would look like an Iron Sheik, probably. Or yeah, he was bald though, with a big mustache, wasn't he? The Iron Sheik or whatever. What? Look here. Is he ungrounded? Are you ungrounded?
What's going
Oh,
on?
he's got a reverb.
You do?
Turn off your YouTube.
Hello.
Hold on.
Echo.
Let's see. Let me see if I can get rid of that.
And we're going to trust this guy to be our sound guy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your problem.
No.
Does that do it?
Yeah,
That's gone?
we're good now. Yep.
All right. See, look at that.
Hello.
I'm a professional.
You still got a little.
That's what she said.
Must have been.
I thought you had that Dixie energy.
Did you get in trouble today?
No.
Really? She can't hear us, can she?
No.
She's probably watching. She's probably watching in the side chat. You motherfuckers.
She called us adolescents with
Yeah.
our videos back and forth, including my husband. We said, "Oops, Ray's in trouble. He's in trouble."
Oh, no. Is that well, I showed her what I sent you guys later today. And
Yeah, no, not that. No, this was in the aftermath group. You got bounced.
Oh, yeah, no, I've
you posted and then you left, and I was like, "Oop, she did that.
Yeah. I was
She
trying to
didn't want to
figure
see
it
the
out.
notifications no more."
No, she wanted to go to dinner, so
All
Yeah,
good.
it was-
we went and got as close to Texas barbecue as we could, and
that would be where. What restaurant or whatever?
there's a place called the ZZQ.
Hmm.
And so I've got a Texas brother of mine. So we went to high school together, and he's up here. He's an attorney and a Marine. Well, you know, retired. And so anyway, he told me about that place. So pretty good. When a Texas guy tells you it's good barbecue,
It's got to be halfway decent then, huh?
even if I didn't know him, I'd take him at his word.
I like certain kind of barbecue. I smoke a couple Boston butts, a few times a year, but like I prefer really not to eat much of it anymore because I'm on an anti-acid reflex pill and all that every day, and it helps. But barbecue still just kills me, and I love it, but I've had to limit myself to eating it because it does that even with my pills, So I still just I don't know, like I'll eat it a couple times a year and I'm good,
You just
but
got to fight through it.
it's just nothing I really get down on it constantly. So
Yeah. See, brisket. See, so Texas barbecue is really brisket, whereas most Southern barbecue is more pork. So, and I'm
Doc, I
not,
don't think.
I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not cussing pulled pork or anything.
No,
But
I love pulled pork. It's just when people start adding different seasons and barbecue sauce, it really gets to me.
right. Well, see, that's the other thing. In any Texan will tell you is salt and pepper. That's it.
Yeah, that's what
Tomato,
I always just cover mine in salt and pepper and let it, and
So Salty has the same type of wife I have.
how's that? What's it?
He said I would tent camp all the time, but my wife says I can sleep on the floor at the hotel if I want her to go.
yeah, exactly.
If you want the tent camping experience, that's as close.
Yeah.
Sleep on the damn floor yourself.
And Doc says he gave it up when he retired the army. I never thought they stayed in tents. I thought they just laid in the damn dirt, over there in different places. Which I know they have the big military tents, they with beds and stuff. But Sarah, see what they want, please.
Yeah, I was about to say he may be, yeah, Doc may be talking about his poncho as a tent.
Yeah, they had it rough. I don't blame him. I wouldn't do that. I'd say he's done it so much that I don't blame him. I'd be staying in a hotel or something. Riding on 3. He said he still can't. I don't have an issue if it's just me and I have to rough it somewhere, or that's me saying roughing it. But I could do it. I've done it many times. I just prefer not to. I just have too much stuff going on now, and I have a bad hip where I cracked my tailbone when I was 16 in Colorado, and I prefer not to lay on the ground or any air mattress whatsoever. So, call me picky. I'm cool with that. I want a bed. I want to lay in a bed, even if it's like in the back of Thumpers. They have, it's a mat on top of. Well, we figured out to move the mat down. Instead of me crawling up on the damn ladder up on the top bunk. We were like, okay, the smart thing is to do just move the mat down to the bottom bed. I don't have to climb up the fucking bunk. So, and it's a lot more comfortable. But yeah, I mean, if you got a good mat, it's not bad.
I got a buddy of mine, and I would love to get him to come on here and tell his story, but he's got a bunch of stories. But one of his stories, like you guys would love him, but one of his stories is he rode a motorcycle from Houston to the Arctic Circle.
Damn.
And tent camped, I want to say 80% of the time. I mean, and he's a year older than me, so I'm 55. He's a legitimate badass, is what he is.
If he camped along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, he saw grizzly, black bear, elk, moose. He saw 3 gray wolves on the road. When he was on the way back through Canada, and he said that was the most eerie, cool experience he had as far as wildlife on the whole trip. Was those? He said those wolves were massive.
I bet. So here's what. Yeah. He's saying he was looking at some Class A's. Now them different ones.
Yep. See the colors
Okay.
change?
Oh, I wasn't even looking. Yeah, okay,
The
I see.
colors change. They're all green. What are you talking about?
Dude, like, yeah. Yeah, when I was scouting
Yeah.
out there,
Yeah, well, that's what you need a lot of.
Yeah.
They're the lack of green.
But I bet you
Like
saw
this one's like ugly bird shit yellow.
don't get in
Like who would paint
Wait, it was not that
a
color in person.
Newell
No.
ugly bird shit yellow?
Let me
Yeah,
tell you,
but I bet that Newell was pretty slick.
it
What
was
year
not,
is that Newell though?
It wasn't this in 2008.
Oh wait,
Oh, okay.
It
So
wasn't this bad. But here's the story. We couldn't see it because it has an airlock door, which
Right.
they couldn't to operate. And the person before us that came to see it flew all the way from Ohio to see it, and they could not get the door open. So I was like, no Newells for me, because if my dog or myself or a friend or a kid,
Yeah.
they're telling me there's no
will
way
say
to manually open the door.
yeah. I was gonna say that is the one thing about the Newells that is a negative to me is the airlock door. Like really, and they have air doors, even their pocket doors are
Mhm.
air.
all their doors are air doors.
Right.
Like-
And so to me, I am a guy who's like, why in the world do I want to have something that and by the way, what's the price to get that fixed, right?
But
When I have pocket doors, you know, they're just manual. Shoop.
you can imagine having stopped at a Love's to get gas.
All right. And then you
You're
get locked out of your own.
Like that tow is not going to be cheap.
Well, and here's the other thing. Whenever I stop, like I don't turn my motor doesn't generally turn off. Like I don't turn off my motor at gas stops. You know, like overnight, yeah, I'm gonna turn it off and just run the generator. But for just stops where we're gonna be 10, 15, 20 minutes, I don't turn my motor off. So then you'd really be hosed.
Mhm.
Now, and so there is no, because I've never actually gotten neck deep into
There's a
it,
manual override.
but they didn't know how to do that.
Apparently not.
No, they just had to fix the door. That's all they said. The door was broke, so they have to fix it.
Seems like that would have been information helpful to those folks from Ohio before they flew down.
Exactly.
They flew in to look at it too.
man, that would suck. Yeah.
They had a few decent rigs. They only had one that we were interested in.
Two.
The Tiffin?
The Tiffin and the
Tiffin.
Mountain Air.
Yeah, the Tiffin Zephyr, and then the there was an American Eagle.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna
They
go
were
look
not.
at the air.
Did I send you that King Air today?
We're going to look at it. I don't know if you sent it to us, but the one in Bradenton,
Yeah.
he just posted. Yeah, we're going
Right,
to go
yeah.
look at it.
Maybe I didn't send it because I think I saw that you guys had liked it on Instagram. So I was like, oh, okay, well, they're aware of it. Because there was one of them like that where I was going to send it to you, but I saw you guys had already liked it. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, they've seen it.
Well, the one that we're talking about that's in Bradenton, we've actually already looked at the same exact model with the same interior in Dallas, but it was in really bad condition. It was
The one in Dallas was beat to death,
and it smelled funny. Like
but
Well,
it was
smelled like old people. That's the problem about used RVs is that we're finding out is it'll look great, and we walk in and we're like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Mom,
And I was like,
not mothballs. Like
No.
the bitch died. The bitch in the cage.
Some of it is dog. Some of it is. I feel like it's deteriorating like a varnish, just like old sailboats smell. It's
like
like
old mildew smell.
deteriorating.
Yeah, I don't know about varnish deteriorating. I think it's the old lady that was deteriorating. He done killed her ass and stuck her in a closet somewhere.
I know that one. I know that one that you
take a black
posted.
light in, start looking
Yeah.
at the walls, make sure.
I know that one you posted though was beautiful. The shower, all that stuff, man. The setup, the way the back was, the closet, and then the safe and all that. Man, that was beautiful. I don't care. I know you're a little picky-ish when it comes to things.
Yeah.
I like that there was nothing in the middle of the floor though. Everything was on the sides. You had an open floor, kind of. You know what I mean? That freaking shower though. That looked like a party. I mean,
Go on that one.
Do
And
what?
If they would have, we were ready to go on that one. If they would have taken our trade, we probably would have just gone ahead and done it. But we went back in it the second time, and Thumper sat in the captain seat, and his knees hit the dash.
oh, ooh-wee.
And
Yeah.
go back further because the slide is right there. So then
Yeah.
we went back and sat in the American coach, which the dash was more arched, and he had room for his knees. But that Zephyr, no go. We can't go down the road touching.
Did they have
No.
those pedals all the way up though? I would double check that. Make sure that
It was
No.
all the way back.
Yeah, the only saving grace it gave me about this much is when you put pedals all the way down. It had the electric pedals that went in. You push the pedals all the way back. It allowed my legs to drop a little lower to where I had about that much from the dash where my knee would hit.
Yeah, I can't be uncomfortable. Not like that.
Well, I'm curious to see what you think about that because that King Air is like that's Newmar's top of the line, right? And so
Yeah.
and they are. I forgot what year is it a 15 or
Yeah, it's a
14?
15 or no, it's a 15.
Yeah.
So I'll have to
looked
find
clean.
Check to delete it.
Yeah, but you can make that happen allegedly.
I still want an older Prevost, like older, like 99, 2000. But we have found out that since they are not in NADA, nor is Newell, or was it the other one?
Newell and Prevost
are not in NADA.
are not.
So,
They're custom built coaches, and
Right.
they
finance.
so you have to have specialty financing
or pay cash.
or pay cash.
Which I'm sure most of those buyers, just like the ones that used to buy high-end boats from us, the bigger the boat, the more likely they were just to pay cash.
Right.
What the hell?
Did y'all just see that bubble?
That was a
Pete's
Bubble.
bubble shit's back.
she's back there watching us.
What
I'm telling
was?
you.
I was about to say maybe the
She's-
person that did it to me has moved on.
She's
Oh, now we're on the
sneaky,
name.
sneaky. You never know who's watching.
But yeah, so that knocks that out of the park for us, even on an old one. Like even if a 2000 or a 90,
That's funny. I never even thought about that.
we can't get financed. I don't have $200,000 to hand somebody.
Oh, come on, just write them a check.
Yeah,
Just get on the road before they try and catch it.
That's nasty, Frog.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
All right, Salty. I bet you'd never talk about going camping and sleep on the damn hotel floor.
yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. But like I was saying though, the other day, you guys get one of those, dude. I mean, that's just more convenient. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's so much like with Keith, just driving in a spot. You don't have to really do anything except push a button and your sides come out. If you pull the back trailer like you're wanting, unload the bikes. Dude, you don't have to worry about. Does those still level out like that though? Do they still have the level thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got jacks. It's a one button auto level.
So, like, some of them have the air level; they level with the air, and then they have the stationary jacks also.
Yeah.
So, does yours level with the air, or does yours level with the jacks?
Mine. So down the road, it'll. So if it's on a level surface already, I don't even have to deploy the jacks really.
Right.
But yeah, like generally, but if I stop at night, even when I stop at night, a lot of times I don't put the jacks out. Like if we stop in a rest stop or in a, truck stop. But yeah, I always put out the electric jacks long term.
Do you ever stay at rest stops?
All the time. Like
So
that's
you
my
will-
rule.
You will
If
love.
we're on Wait, say again.
I said, then you will love Florida. We just noticed this coming back because we had never really noticed it because we were always leaving and, we weren't staying. But coming back, we came in from Texas. So we ended up in Pensacola or just past Pensacola, but we ended up in Florida. So all the rest areas literally have a lit sign that tell you how many spaces are left.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was amazing.
Every state should have that.
Yes, because you don't know how many we pulled in and there was no place for us to be, so we had to go to the next one.
Right.
And in Florida, they not only tell you how far the next one is, like on 10 from Pensacola or wherever it starts, all the way till you get on 75, about every 30 to 35 miles, there's a rest stop.
Right. So you don't have to go 3 hours or 2 hours or some crazy
After
deal.
you pass the first one. So that was amazing. We found out, but I mean, we would only use that coming into Florida because leaving, we're
Right.
taking that 6 hours and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, speaking of going someplace, we got news. So Renee is she's canceled her contract here because these people are insane, dangerous.
Really?
Yeah, they don't follow proper safety. So anyway, guess where we're going? New Orleans.
Really?
Yep.
Like quickly?
Yeah, in the next she starts officially the 13th. We're going to see if she can start the 6th, but worst case we'll be there like the 12th.
Where are you staying?
We're going to stay on the North Shore so we can see the kids. So we'll be
drive in
Fireside or something like that. But yeah, we'll be right off of 12 or 10.
Yeah, so that's where we stay in New Orleans by Louis Armstrong Park in that RV compound.
Yeah, you're staying in the hood.
Yeah.
Although when I say in the hood, technically all of New Orleans is the hood.
Yes.
So I mean,
But yes, but it's got a what 10-foot wall completely
got a
around
wall, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's crazy enough. It's in a good location.
Yeah.
There's also another place down there that I've already prepaid for 2 months, but we could be on the South Shore. There's one that's out in.
Oh, so you're talking about the North Shore of the Pontchartrain. So you're up at 12.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But there is another place that's a pretty nice park that's on the lake. It's on Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it now. But I don't know that I want to stay long term on the South Shore, really, because then it's just a nightmare. If something goes wrong, you really have 2 exits off that place. Well, 3. You can go through Slidell, you can go the Causeway to Metairie, or you can go
West.
over to 55 and go. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's still just one. You can just keep going and go to Baton Rouge, or you can take 55 and go north like you're going.
Did
to
you
Jackson.
see 55? Thank God. Through
I
there.
used to ride. That was the road I took into work every day for 4 years.
At least you're going to beat the winter.
Yesterday, it was right after we passed through it. 30 or 40 car pile up on 55.
On the bridge?
Man, that's crazy.
I've seen, like, man, I've been stuck on those roads so many times. I just despise them. Like,
but at least you're not going to get winter up here. I mean, you'll be in warmer weather.
It'll be in the mid it'll be like 36, 37 up here tonight.
I think it said 39 or 40 below tonight here. So yeah, you're gonna miss all that.
I rode to Washington D.C. yesterday just for fun, and then like next weekend I'm taking Renee and we're gonna ride the Skyline Drive, and that's a real pretty road.
Yeah,
it's got 50,000 scenic overlooks, so it must be pretty.
How does she cancel her contract? Does she have to like do a 2-week notice or do a?
Well, she just said no more.
Yeah,
they're putting her license at risk. And so that's
Yeah.
basically she doesn't. That's the one thing where she draws a hard line, and I don't blame her. If they're gonna, I mean, that's all a doctor or a nurse has is their license to
Right.
practice. And look, hospitals can say what they want. Oh, we'll back you up, but some
They're
attorney
not going to when you're in front of that committee to snatch your license.
Well, as soon
Yeah.
as,
They're
well, as, soon as,
with
an
the
attorney
committee.
comes and wants $50 million from the hospital, they're going to throw anybody under the bus they can.
Oh
And
yeah.
the nurse will be the first one to go. And she's the kind of nurse that she saves doctors' asses on a weekly basis, either prescribing wrong medicine or the wrong dosage. And she's like, "Are you sure you want to give them that? Because you know what that does, right? That lowers their blood pressure, and you're supposed to You said you wanted to raise their blood pressure, so we don't want to do that, right? Oh, yeah, right. Or it's like, they write 100 cc's when it's 10 or
Well,
1.
the nurses do most of the work anyways. I mean, just like me taking my kids the other day and stuff, it's like you see the nurse and then they take the file and put it here and here. Then the doctor comes in later and says, "Oh, okay, well, okay,
Yeah.
I'm writing you this, there, see you." You don't really even talk to the doctor much. All you do
Yeah.
is see a nurse. The nurse does all the labor, and the doctor gets the credit in the long run.
Yeah.
So,
Basically, the doctor's just signing off, and
Yeah.
allegedly the doctor's who's heads on the block, but in reality they're gonna burn the nurse. Like if I mean,
thing goes downhill. They
I've
go
heard,
first.
I'm not an expert. I'm not an attorney. It's not legal advice. Whatever people want to say. I do know people though.
And it's better to get out of there
Drop you from a
before.
bad habit first
Yeah.
chance they get.
Well, I mean,
Not that you guys know anything about that, but
at least you got to go there. Now you get to leave. So I don't know. I think it's good. That's what I was telling the wife. We were talking on the way to Cookville, and I was like, "Damn, wish we had a place. I would even take a place in the 50 and older trailer park. You know what I mean? In Florida somewhere, just to not spend winter here."
Yep.
And that's what I was telling her. I'm at that age where I don't want to be in the cold anymore. I have no use for it. I'm done with it.
I guess I
You
was
know.
born that age.
Do what?
Yeah.
I guess I was born that age because I ain't nothing about no cold. I am out. This Florida boy says, "No, thank you. See you later."
Yeah. And
It got
came out of the
cold.
room and he's like, "Put me under that hot plate."
I'm telling you, I told her, I said, this is, I dread the next, up until March, late March or April, because it stays where I'm at cold up until through there. So, and then sometimes, it's been getting chillier here earlier, like it had, like last year. I mean, I had decent weather through November. It was still in the 70s and high 60s. So, and then this week says, 70, 72, which is nice weather. It's decent weather. But then, come next weekend, it's dropping to 56. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And to me, anything 50 and below, I don't want to see anymore. So,
Look, I'll deal with it, but look, my number one thing for where I want to be is I want a 12-month riding season, period. That, like as much as I want to, like,
look at that shit. What the hell is going on? Can someone just give me like the bird behind me or something? I mean, no, I'm joking. Somebody is doing some tricks.
Not good weather. Just
Somebody's
so 80s is good weather.
Well, for where I'm at, 65 to 75 is great weather. For the time of the November. Yeah, for you, but for us, it's that's good weather for where I'm at. To me, when I lived in Florida, now I did live in Panama City, so it did get chillier at times. There was times it would get down to like 55, through the season, 60, but it never got to the point where I literally had to bundle up. You know what I mean? It never got to that point, where I had to have gloves and toboggan shit like that on. It was never that bad. But
Hey, see if you guys can hear this. All right. The setup is working. All right. How about that?
Is it the board?
Yeah.
The mixing board or whatever?
Well, the last time I was on, it was just jacked. I couldn't get it to work, and finally I reset everything, and it looks like I got it working.
Yes, Tiger. I'll leave the 70s alone, unless it's at night. If it's at night, the upper 70s isn't bad. 80s. Look, what does people say? Paradise on Earth is Hawaii because it's 85 degrees year round.
Mm-hmm.
That's why 85 degrees is perfect weather. It's not so blasted.
With no humidity.
What?
Yeah. With no humidity. That's my caveat. No fucking humidity.
Well,
like that ruins. That'll make 75 miserable if you got 99% humidity. It's like raining in your shorts. Like, no.
Florida's always got 120% humidity.
I know. Well, that's the thing. Florida, New Orleans, Southeast Texas, it's the same crap. That's the reason, man, I don't want to live in Houston.
I don't think I'd want to live out there anyways. I mean,
was,
no offense.
I was 2 hours from Houston and was getting the heebie-jeebies.
I love Texas, but
I think it's pretty country, but I don't.
Houston is not like you like Dallas. If you want to go up like north, like that's way better. And if you really want nice, go to Central Texas, like the Hill Country, or out towards West Texas. Yeah.
Marfa, the Hill Country, all of that's beautiful. And
Fredericksburg is
beautiful
great.
Either. Fort Worth is better than Dallas.
Yeah, Fort Worth is cool.
Abilene, it was a cute little town. Where's Greenhall? New Braunfels. That's a cool little town. I like San Antonio better than I like Dallas. Dallas was a pain in my ass.
Yeah. San Antonio is only miserable in the summer though, too. It just gets sticky.
Yeah, we have high humidity.
That's the reason. Thumper was talking about 70s. I'm telling you, you want to be cold, let it be 70 and don't have a jacket in the Black Hills. It'll freeze you right out.
But yes, it will. Shit, I think it was like 75. And we were coming back from Hell City.
Yeah, Hill City.
Yeah. Coming up through there, we took Nemo up through, and yeah, that shit was cold as fuck. Every time you went around that mountain, dipped down, like somebody stuck an iceberg up your ass.
Yeah, it's like it's weird because like you hit those pockets where it's like, holy crap.
Yep.
I know those pockets. I hit them here. I know what you're talking about. My brother, when he was out there for the 80th, they literally had to stop and buy, clothes to put on because it drops so cold at night. And I mean, when you go out there and you're out there riding and that's your first time and you're trying to find your campground and you don't know where you're at, you're riding around for 2 hours, you freeze to death. Because he kept trying to find, it was so pitch black, and he kept trying to get to his campground. And he said him and his wife, they said they had to stop and they bought like 2 or 3 hoodies for each one of them. And, and they were freezing. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's like go to Arizona and then be 115 in the daytime and 30 degrees at night in the desert. Yep. You'll freeze. I mean, all right, XAN. Have a good one, buddy.
I don't know. Tennessee was colder than balls.
Tennessee was cold.
It was chilly. Yeah, coming home, it was chilly. It gets worse, of course, but I mean,
well, that's the problem with the mountains.
You see where I'm at? I'm back in Florida.
Yeah, he's in the sweltering 70s.
See, I got shorts on and flip flops.
Easy sailor.
Please, don't turn me on. I hate flip flops on dudes.
They can hear you,
What did she say?
Flip flops on dudes.
I don't want to see your hairy toes.
I have hairy toes. Thank you very much.
And Crocs. I hate Crocs.
Well, she's making no friends in the South.
Did she just say wear Crocs?
No, she said she hates Crocs.
Oh, I was about to say that is like
I know that would have been a disconnect.
yeah. Crocs are the perfect what is it called?
All right, Doc. Have a good night, buddy.
Because guaranteed a dude wearing Crocs is not getting laid.
Not out in public, anyways. I don't even own a pair. I take it back. No, I don't have a pair. I thought you meant hey dudes. I don't even have them.
I have a pair of those.
I have the flip flop ones.
Of course,
you know.
But I have to say, man, that's a.
These
good
are comfortable, man. I was in Florida for vacation.
Dog out real quick, slip those
I was in
down.
Florida for vacation, and my flip flops broke because I took those in my boots. I haven't worn a pair of tennis shoes since I was probably 16, 17. I don't even own a pair, I don't think. I've always wore boots or flip flops. So, and then they broke in Florida, and then the wife was like, "Hey, you know, let's get you some." And I started looking around, and I seen those Hey Dudes, and she's been trying to buy me a pair of Hey Dude shoes forever. I'm like, I don't want them, are not me. I don't wear those. I can't ride bikes in those. I can't do what I do. But I was in Florida, and I seen them. I was like, now I'll try the flip flops, you know. So, dude, like, it's like walking on air, man. I mean, they're comfortable. I mean, really, I paid like $60 for them. Yeah, they're expensive, and it's probably because I bought them out of a shop down there on the beach. So, but I can tell you, dude, the flip flops are awesome. I don't know about the shoes, the Hey Dude shoes, but I know the flip flops are awesome.
I mean, for what they are, like I said, I use them as like a knock around, like I gotta take the dog out.
That's me. I wear them around the house. That's it. You know, I don't. That's it, and they're perfect.
And if they get wet, I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah,
I will wear a pair of Hey Dudes to a wedding. I don't give a shit.
I know, because you're a hipster, dude.
Yeah, you're his target audience.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna say something. What?
Not if I'm attending the wedding with him. He's not wearing Hey Dude. Unless it's a beach wedding. He talks some shit.
This is how you know. This is how you know if Thumper's wearing Hey Dudes to a wedding. Dean is over there like this.
I'm not even going to a wedding, so I don't even. I think I have like. I don't even know if I got.
I wore Hey Dudes. I wore Hey Dudes in the boat
Yeah, that's
yard for 7
That's
years.
different. Yeah,
That's a perfect boat shoe.
But going
That's a
to
cheap boat shoe.
going to an event or a wedding, yeah, I don't know. I'm the guy that I'm wearing my regular boots, and
He's got dress shoes.
I'm gonna go to Walmart and buy a pair of black slacks and a white button-up shirt, and that's what you're gonna get out of me. So I ain't wearing much else.
What wingtips do I have?
That works.
So the ones from New Orleans, the pork ones.
I was about to say I don't remember having wingtips.
Yeah, I even brought them with us in the box just in case.
I have a pair of cool wingtips, but they're kind of like a tobacco color, and yeah, I like those.
So what do you think about that, Keith?
Me
trading my bike, one of my
that's
bikes.
what I was going to ask you about. I saw your. I know I missed the first part, and the title was intriguing. So,
well, I mean, like I said, I don't really use it, man. I don't.
So what do you want to do? Which one do you want to trade in?
No, 08 Sporty.
And then you want to trade it towards something else?
Yeah, to either a RV or a camper, some sort of.
You think I'm going to tell you no on a camper?
Well, I mean, either a pull behind pop-up camper or the wife said she really liked the ones that you drive, the smaller rigs.
I mean,
the old school,
I would get something where you could tow at least some trailer for the bike. Like, so get like a Class B or that, and then like one of those cool, like single or double motorcycle trailers.
Yeah, I've seen one of your trailers. I seen your trailer for sale, the one you pull with the bike
Yeah.
on a place today. It had the toolbox and everything like yours does. I think they wanted 46, 47 in that range or something like that.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I was thinking like, man, wonder if that's a good deal because that I just like the way you had yours set up with that flatbed, with the winch and all that, and you
Does it
pull it
have the
up.
winch? Does it have that thing on it too? Does it have
Yeah,
the
yeah, it had all that. I think it was like
triple D
47,
loader?
48. Yeah, it had the winch and everything on it. So,
Yeah, the triple D loader by itself is over 4.
oh, well, this was like right at almost 5K for the whole setup. It's
Yeah.
used, of course, but I mean, I was like, man, that's crazy. It looked just like yours, the single
That's about a
toolbox.
that's about a 75% discount.
Yeah. And
So
Yeah, that's what
something,
they offered us on our 2023 Momentum also. About
yeah.
75%.
Well, and they said it with a straight face, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
No sense of irony or humor.
well, I mean, it's like I said, it's something that I think me and the wife can get enjoyment out of. I can definitely get enjoyment out of. The bike's sitting. I'm not doing anything with it, anyways, right now. It would be several years, anyways, before I could actually do anything with it. So, and like I was telling Thumper, just the things I've been doing this past year and stuff, and what I want to do more of. I want to be, having my own setup where I can go anywhere and just set up, or whatever it is. Uh, the ability, having that ability, because I know if I have it, I would use it more.
Yep.
Even if I used it, say, 4 times a year, I think that's more than I'm using the motorcycle.
Well, here's what I would say too. It's a range extender. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
let's say if you're crushing it 1,000 miles in a day on the bike. I mean, that is crushing it, right? In reality, most people are going to go well, I won't say most people because most people are going to drive 50 miles to the max and you know in a weekend. But I'm just saying, if you really were getting out there, let's say, and you're let's say 300 to 500 miles a day is reasonable. I mean, and that's actually pretty. I mean, that's easy to do. 3 to 5.
Yeah.
But if you got a Class B and you're towing that bike, you can go and you can be 2,000 miles, in 2 days, and when you get there, your back's not completely
Yeah.
like telling you, what do you mean you want to go riding another 1,000 miles over here?
Yeah. No shit.
Although I know people say that. Now, last year I rode 3 750-mile days in a row, New Hampshire to Sturgis, and then rode the same amount of riding. I always do at least 1,000 to 1,200 miles while I'm there, and I'm fine, and I'm in my 50s, but I'm also in pretty good health. I got a brother of mine down in Texas, and that guy's got back problems, and he's man, dude. This guy used to put the miles on as far as I mean, he would do 1,000 miles a day, not even blinking, and now physically he can't.
Yeah.
So he's doing the same thing. He's got a trailer, and so he's going to come up and hang out, and he and his.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, it allows me to not just be. It doesn't limit me to how I can travel with my health. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I can travel further and go more places and do more in something like that with my health instead of being drained from the sun or the weather. With my conditions I have. So, I mean, it would open up more doors, me to go further places, to be able to stay actually at places longer, instead of saying I go out there and get a hotel or go tent camping. I don't want to sit there and lay in a tent for 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hell with that. I want to be able to say if I go for like Sturgis, just say, for example, that's a 2-week rally, go out there for 2 weeks. I mean, I want to be comfortable. I want my own space. I want to be able to be,
Right.
when I don't want all the crowd and the bullshit, I can go back, shut my door, whatever, have my peace, quiet. I can
A
do,
real door.
yeah. I don't have to worry about, someone running over me in a tent.
Well, but also too, like let's say when you're on the road, like what Thumper and I were talking about earlier, like you want to you're on the road, right? And you're between, you know,
You're tired.
destination. Yeah, you want to pull over at a rest stop. Do you really want to camp at a rest stop? No, you do
No.
not.
No, because David, cab on the wheel, was headed to. He's headed to the camp out at Forgotten Angels, and he even posted a post about it. He was sitting under a tree at a rest stop, and security came to him and asked him if he had a ride out or had somebody coming to get him. Like, they won't let you camp.
Yeah.
So you've got to have some type of trailer or motorhome to be in the rest. So if you're tent camping, it's now you got to find some place to set up your tent if you get tired.
Yeah, because I know my buddy when he was stopping on the way, when he, like I said, he does that when he, and I know he was like he was just fine. He would just kind of go off the road a little bit, and then now sometimes he'd find campgrounds or something, but a lot of times he would just kind of go off road and find a place that looked like he wasn't going to get hassled. And
Yeah.
but then once you get to a certain level, then you're like, even where Ray's at, I'm sure he's got black bear up there. Like,
Oh yeah, they cross the street all the time. They've
I
been
don't
in
think I
the
want to be
backyard. Yeah,
where the bear.
they're around. They actually the Big South Fork National Forest down here, like 7 miles from the house. They brought some in. They release them and rattlesnakes and like I've read a lot about them around here. Most of them they can travel up to 30 miles a day. I'm only 7 miles. I've looked out my window and they've been sitting right there in the yard. So yeah, it's something you have to watch out for. So I mean, and you can't just shoot a bear because it's in your yard. You know what I mean? I mean, you go to jail for that shit. It's
Seems
not
like you could though. Seems like you
alligators.
should be able to.
only in I believe attack mode.
Same with alligators.
So
That's my story.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, how they gonna know that it wasn't trying to attack me? It's
well,
dead.
because them game wardens, man, they know the distance. They measure everything. They do everything crazy. But
They're mostly peaceful bears.
yeah, they don't really mess. Like I've had them come up in the yard and they don't really mess with nothing. They don't, which I don't have trash out. I don't do none of that crap anyway. So they just come through the woods where my woods and stuff. But they don't really mess with anything. They're mainly traveling, looking for food all the time. So yeah, they're not aggressive unless you're really messing with the cubs. That's the only reason I've ever seen them be aggressive. So, but yeah,
Well, I'm with you, Ray. I say get you
yeah, I am. I've been really thinking about it.
Trailer.
So, yeah.
and look, get you an enclosed if you can. But worst case, screw it. Get you any trailer that
Yeah.
for motorcycles.
Yeah, like I said, we're really talked about it, so it's going to be something that's going to be really. Like I said, once the kid gets the college stuff, figured out and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to look into some more different things local. So with the pop-up campers and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But all right, I'm going to end this live here. I've been going almost an hour and a half, and I've got some things to do in the morning. So everybody in the side chat, thanks for showing up. Really appreciate the support, guys. So if you don't care, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thumper, Mr. and Mrs. Thumper has a channel as well, and Keith Raised the Road. Make sure you go subscribe and check their channels out. I'm sure Dina has some stuff coming out on Born Free. They were just at, so make sure you keep up with that. And we will see everybody later. Stay in your lane or crash the damn thing. See you guys.